I don't want to be old and living in debt. Don't want to be old, struggling and paying back this and that and struggling on top of struggling. Welcome back, everybody, to another Real Talk with your boy JT. I pray y'all are doing well as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and definitely all praise and worship. This is a video response back to you, Tyreek. Man, I love your email. That's why I want to use this title. I don't want to be old. Whatever you consider old, some people have different ways of looking at it. 50 years old, 60 years old, 70, 80, et cetera, et cetera. Well, hear me loud and clear in this video. When you are in your 20s, you look at life, you have fun. Sometimes you just really blow off a lot of money. When you think about it, when you're in your 20s, you young, 30s, you start getting older, then you have a different outlook in life. But just feel me on this. If a lot of us could have done in our 20s and 30s what we trying to do now, as you get older, you wouldn't have to live like that. And then some of us know good and well that we have made more in our lifetime than our parents, their parents, ever seen. My old man just told me this other day, he said, all of my sons, all of y'all have ever made more money than me and probably my whole life. And he's 72 now. And I thought about that with the little conversation we had. I said, but even myself, see, a lot of times, especially if you're not born into money, if you're not born, that's the difference between rich and wealthy, ain't it? Wealthy folks look out for their children's children. They children's children on top of children. And wealthy people truly understand the process, and they understand how to pay themselves off top. Whatever they do, I don't care if it's $50 a month starting out, they're gonna pay themselves first. They're gonna make sure family is taken care of. If it's a family business, they're gonna keep it in the business. If they the boss, see, real bosses try to make other bosses. But in my generation, in my race of people, a lot of times we are not taught that. And you gotta teach Holy Spirit. You gotta realize we've been brought up in the system, the world system, from elementary on up. They teach you gotta go to college. You gotta have a degree. When you get out in this real world, you're not gonna make it if you don't have a degree. You gotta go to college, you gotta do this. And the majority of people that went to college got in debt. So much debt. And then they got older and older, still paying back debt. That they owe. And I'm not saying this to bash and down nobody. They went to college, but there's a lot of people that went to college and they are in serious financial problems. To me, when you get older and your house is paid for, you don't have no car notes, you don't have no mortgages, all you doing is paying property taxes and utilities. To me, that's a blessing. See, a lot of times we go out in this life trying to get stuff just to keep up with somebody else. People laugh at me sometimes. One of my partners I grew up with just laughed at me this morning. Man, you always in the old truck. You keep your old truck. Old truck make money. I be hustling. And I ain't talking about selling dope. I ain't got to do that. I've learned that you get you two jobs hitting together, 2 or 3 jobs hitting together. But you gotta have a goal. You gotta work towards your goal. You gotta write this stuff out. Kind of like what Brother Rodney was talking about in his video when he got the window cleaning business. But see, a lot of us don't do that, but some do. Just like when I had my Lincoln Town car and my other, I'm finna say 1500. That was a short bed Chevrolet half-ton pickup. I think there was a 83 model I had. People would laugh at it. And the same ones that were laughing when I first got it needed me to tow them home. Hey man, can I use that truck to move? See, when a man got a truck, a man can make a lot of business. You can go around picking up pallets. I mean, it's a lot of stuff people don't know, and they would laugh like, bro, why you putting over to that junk pile, why you tearing up that mattress like that, getting the springs out the middle? That's money. Give me that 10. Why, give me them old wires. Give me them old batteries. Give me them cans. All that stuff make money. So what you do when you making out your plan, you use this income to figure out, okay, I'm gonna use this income right here to pay this off. And if you don't need a new car and your old one is paid for and running fine, don't you know that's a blessing? Now I understand the situation done got out of hand, and just like for me, I love to see my wife in something nice. Not saying I don't like nice stuff, but I'm cool in this truck. I'm cool in the Navigator. This here is a 1999, and the Gator's a 1998. And they was a blessing. Still is a blessing. And I owe a lot of that to I owe that to the Most High, my big brother. What the Most High laid on my brother's heart. And all I gotta do is just keep them up, keep the tune-ups. Yeah, they're gonna have little issues, but I patch them up and keep rolling. They paid for. And that's why I'm trying to make a way, whereas I am getting older and older, I don't have to have this here and this here to pay for. But in our 20s, we blow off a lot of, I wish I would have saved more money in my 20s, in my 30s. Can't take that back, can't go back to it. And that's why I love your email, because I don't want to live like that either. See, if you really catch the Bible and realize what the Bible is showing us, we don't even supposed to be living paycheck to paycheck like that. We don't supposed to be like the borrower. We supposed to be like the lender. We supposed to have land. We supposed to give our children inheritance. It's supposed to be that way. But when you didn't have it, in the generation before you didn't have it, or if you wasn't taught it, and everybody you knew before, you struggle, and then they spoke stuff in your life like, hey, this is what you got to look forward to when you get older. You're going to be just like this. You're going to be like that. Somebody got to wake up and say, no, I'm going to make a change. I don't want my son to have to go through paycheck to paycheck and struggling and scram like I did. But I do want him to know what a struggle is all about, so he would know how to be more responsible and realize, hey man, it's not easy out here. See, I'm like that. Y'all, some of y'all probably don't remember In Living Color. The Wayans brothers and David Allen Greer and Jamie Foxx and them, when they were starting out back then, and Tommy Davis, and there was this one episode they had different episodes, but they would play like these Jamaicans on these episodes, and they had, one person had about 6-7 jobs. But my point I'm trying to make is, you do it while you're young. See, when you're in your 20s, early 30s, 18, when you get out of school, that's gonna be the best shape for you in your life, because your body gonna get older. Now, I'm not saying people that's older or just beat down. No, it's a lot of people 55, 60, and they're in great shape, 70, great shape. They look good, but you don't want to be doing no back-breaking work and all that stuff. See, you put the labor in right now. You build, you start planting right now. You plant. Oh, if I could go back in my 20s and plan it all over again, I would. And I had more. But the jobs I was on, I never made jobs. Never had jobs where they was paying high money like that. My first job when I got out of high school, I was making $6.25 an hour. I had to work overtime in 11, 12 hours a day just to try to make the check work out. And then, of course, Uncle Sam was going to get his. FICA was going to get his. Medicare was going to get theirs. Everybody was going to get theirs. And then once they get it taken out, what do you really go home with? And that was for 2 weeks. And if you can get your trade going, see, the key word is to stack. Stack, 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 stack. I was looking at a video about Pastor Dow did while I'm thinking about it. People can say what they want about that man, straightway truth. But one thing I can say, I admire how Pastor Dow looks out for the community. How he taught so many brothers how to come out of debt. How that house, what is it, about 2,200, maybe 3,000 square feet he's living in. He built that himself. And he said, and I'm like, what did he do? Pastor Dow said he would go to construction sites, watch how they do stuff, volunteer, work for free, work 2 or 3 jobs just to pay off stuff when he got out of the military. And once he paid off, build the house himself, he don't have no mortgage, he don't have no rent. And he teach others how to do that. He pay property tax, that's it. And he got land. I believe probably like 92, maybe over 92 acres now. That's the way Israel's supposed to live. Go hunt, kill their own food, store up, live way out. See, when you learn how to do it that way, you cut out a lot of debt. You ain't got to worry about paying this back. You ain't got to worry about the homeowners association. You don't got to worry about none of that stuff because you own it. But we've been taught to get that 30-year plan, mortgage plan. Get that 20-year plan. You rent. And really, in all of that, what are you getting out of it? I mean, you got a roof over your head, of course, but what are you really getting out of it? You helping somebody else continue to stay rich. That's why more and more people want to go into business for themselves, and I don't blame them. But you got to work toward, okay, what is your plan on what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and then 6 months to a year, look at where you're at and see, are you even close, or have you even started on what you're trying to do? And that's how you move forward. If you Israel, you should really be focused on land. One thing I like about my sister Frankie, she was telling me, and big shout out to you, Frankie, when we was talking on the phone the last time, she was telling me how she buys land. She done learned how to, hey, store up, move forward. Don't be dependent on this world system for everything. There's some things we can put in place that we just don't do. And I'm not trying to talk down on nobody. It's just a lot of things in this life we are not taught. And there's so much people that stingy with information. But then there's a lot of people that volunteer information. Hey, man, you know if you do this, or hey, let me show you what I did. Those are the type of people I like being around. If you're talking about moving forward and getting out the hood and trying to be rich, you got to hang around those type of people that can school you. Know more a little bit about that than you do. Because hanging around them same old people that ain't doing nothing, they gonna keep you down where they at. And then they gonna hate on you when you move. Or they gonna say something like, man, don't forget about me, man, look out for me. You ain't even looking out for yourself. So just my little 2 cents. So thank y'all for tuning in. I will have a live chat tonight. I wanna talk about the beauty of the new covenant. The beauty and the glory that's in the new covenant. We'll probably be coming out of 2 Corinthians, maybe that's chapter 3. I sent out a notification, but if you didn't get it, if you just happen to see this video, then I'm letting you know I'm be on tonight. So those who can and will make it in, Hey, I'll see you then. If you can't make it, I understand. I know everybody's got different time zones and everything. So if you can make it, fine. If you can't, fine. I still understand. I love you, and you can always go back and look at it. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Shalom.